chilly outside. But oh, look how beautiful. Here we go. There's our snow. Our first snow of the year. What do you think, pup? Looks like we got 3 inches, 4 inches. I think we got 4 inches, which was the high of what they were saying. But I wanted to make sure to get some video before all the snow on the trees blows off, because it is a windy day. So there you go. Snowy day. Morning. It's Barbara. It's snowy outside. I'm so excited. I'm wearing my shoveling outfit. We're gonna have to go push the snow off the driveway, but it's not gonna be too big of a job, I don't think. We have to do that and then call Aura and see if her neighbor has cleared her. If her neighbor hasn't cleared her, we'll have to go clear her, because otherwise she'll try. She did promise not to, but sometimes she just can't help herself. So, update on the parents. They're doing well. I talked to Daddy yesterday afternoon, and he had gone for his monoclonal antibody treatment yesterday morning, so that was good. And he's feeling a lot better. He had been feeling very weak. But he felt stronger yesterday. He said, I walked quite a bit, you know, getting that test, and I felt good, so. He sounded much better. He's been sounding like he has like the world's worst head cold, and so he was sounding better. He said he's feeling better. He said Mama's doing well, getting stronger, and so the only problem is that the food that they deliver to the rooms is really not that good. But they need a new chef where they live, because their food is terrible. Anyway, they're doing fine. They're doing good. They're doing good. So that's very good. And we got our snow, which is exciting to me. I know that I'm sure there are a lot of people who are like, because it's a Friday and they have to go to work. But the joys of being retired is that you don't have to be quite so upset when it snows. The first winter I retired on December 31st. That entire winter, for the next 6 weeks after I retired, it was like, well, what are we going to do today after we shovel? It snowed every day. And it got really high. And our piles around our driveway got really high. Ugh, that was a winter. But that was quite a while ago. That was quite a while ago. I retired December 31st, 2013. So seven years ago. Years ago? Let's see. 8 years ago. Maths. So, I worked on my drinks shelf yesterday. I talked to Christy and said, oh, I'm behind. She says, you're not behind. We haven't had our craft together Sunday night to do our things. But I got further. I got shelves, and so I've got a shelf for January and a shelf for February, and I have the outline of my grab your drink, and so I will, I think I'm going to work on my grab your drink, but I could pull out the picture of what the library will look like, so you can see it. Isn't it cute? So I've done the shelf for January and most of February's shelf, but I have to put in the grab your drink. I could actually start on the glasses too, if I wanted to, because as the pattern is written, the glasses are all the same color, sort of a pretty, very light gray, so they look like glass. But I'm still considering whether I want to do something with the low temperature or whatever, but I don't think I want to do too much, because I actually like the look of the gray and the glass, and I do like the idea of being able to do the outline of the glass separate from the temperature part, in case I want to, you know, get ahead. Although I was talking about doing the bookshelf as well, and I do not have that organized. I have to find some fabric for it and grid that up, because the idea was that, you know, once I have the color in my hand, I might as well make a book too, right? But on the other hand, what am I going to do with the bookshelf and drinks for every year? I mean, really. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but I did work on it last night and I enjoyed it. But my fingertip is sore from, I guess, the way I'm pushing the needle or whatever. But I have, in my knitting box upstairs that holds tons of things that you might need for knitting, that includes a box of little round Band-Aids. They come on this cellophane strip and they just pull out. I don't know why they come like that. Put over pimples, something, you know, over, you know, like who would buy those in a box of, you know, 200 or whatever, besides me. Maybe over a shot, I don't know. But anyway, I think it'll work great as a little cushion for my, where my needle is making the tip of my finger sore. I bought these for when I'm doing like sock knitting. I have a tendency, I like a very sharp needle, but it has a tendency to put a hole in my finger. So these are for my, I had some in my knitting, my big knitting. I have a giant knitting notions pouch that sits next to me in my cupboard. This is a really cute bag that was sewn by Round Rabbit, and it comes, it's got a, one of those zippers that come apart, and so it opened into a big giant thing. I've got so much stuff in here. I just stick stuff in here when I think I'm gonna need it, and I, you know, hand lotion, another notions pouch to put in a project bag. So anyway, I'll put it in there, and then I'll know where it is when I'm looking for it when I start my stitching. Or when I start my socks, or who knows what I'm gonna do. So besides shoveling today, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I may still work on my stitching. I do need to shop in my stash for some DK yarn to make Dennis a hat, and I do have an idea. I might want to start another pair of socks. And one of these days I'm gonna read my Forest Park pattern, because I'm right at the mosaic. And I do love me some mosaic, so I might. And I really want that sweater, that cardigan, before winter is over. So I want to see how I feel about that. If I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to push myself, because, you know, mojo can be a delicate thing, and I want to make sure I keep my mojo. But I'm going to go find myself some pretty sock yarn. Actually, I think I'm gonna go and wind up the beautiful pink and red yarn that was dyed by Benta of Arctic Crafts yarn and was given to me by the beautiful Valerie. And that has pinky red color, and then it has a red mini for the cuffs and heel and toe. So another color doesn't work really well with my Vanilla is the New Black heel, so that'll probably be an afterthought heel too. And so I want to think about doing a little something maybe on the leg. I mean, I haven't done a patterned sock in a long time, other than just adding a little something, but maybe Hermione's. Maybe I'll just make it Hermione's. I liked Hermione's. I can't remember what it is. Oh, the other one. Oh, I had another sock that I really liked that was easy and you didn't have to think about it too much. I want to say it was the Mercury sock, but I'm not sure. I'll have to go through my library and figure out what that one was. But anyway, I might want to do a little something with that, since it's going to be an afterthought heel. So maybe I'll do that. I'll wind that up, and then I will try to find something to make Dennis a Musselburgh hat and wind it, because I'm going to have to take the sewing machine off the table. Christy used the sewing machine while she was here. Take the sewing machine off the table and put my you know, the thing you put your yarn on that goes around and around while you wind your yarn. You know what I'm talking about, but I can't think of it. Swift. Not very. I'm not very swift. My Swift. I have an Amish Swift, so it sits on the table. An Amish Swift is really cool. It's like two long sticks that cross, and with dowels on it, and it just goes round and round. But it sits flat on the table, so it needs table space, which means, you know, I have to push things to the side so that it can go around and around. But if I'm going to be winding 2 skeins of a DK and a sock worth of yarn, I'll want to not do it by hand. So there you go. Just crossed my mind to take a look at that pattern that Carol gave me for the colorwork fingerless mitts, but I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready. I don't want to get carried away. And I might be tired today because I have a lot of shoveling to do, perhaps. Maybe we'll get lucky and the neighbor will do Aura, but we need to make sure she's done before she decides she's gonna do it herself. So anyway, that's the plan for today. Dennis made mukaka for dinner last night. I think it's called mukaka. It's a fish stew, Brazilian fish stew. It was absolutely delicious. This is the second time he's made it, and it was really delicious. But we've been putting clams in it, and I haven't gotten the clams quite clean enough, and so they had a little grit in it, so we're leaving the clams out next time. They're not even in the recipe, we just like them. But we had clams, steamed clams for appetizer, because I bought a whole bag of them. But, you know, they look so nice in the stew, in the shells, and, you know, but it was gritty, so we decided to, just a little, not too much. It was completely enjoyable, so, but we did decide no more clams. But it was really, really good. And we have leftovers, so that'll be fun. So Dennis doesn't have to cook today. Oh, you know, he's been doing all these things, finding all these recipes. He made, I am not finding words today. Vermouth. Where are my words? He made me some vermouth, which is really good, and I've been using it in my drinks, although it doesn't taste much like the vermouth that you put in a martini. But it's good, and it's a really nice addition to like the corpse revivers and things like that. But he also made tonic water. He got a recipe for tonic water. So he's making tonic water. Now, it's absolutely scrumptious. How close it is to, I mean, it's got way more going on flavor-wise than bottled tonic water does. And, but it's delicious. Absolutely delicious. So I'm about out of what he made me previously. So I said, well, you can make me more tonic water because you don't have to cook dinner because we're eating leftovers. He's like, oh yeah, that's true. So hopefully he won't be too tired to make me more tonic water. So he's getting into all kinds of stuff. He's so funny. But he's enjoying it, and I'm enjoying it too. I'm enjoying it too. Very much. But the tonic water was really delicious. And so anyway, there we are. That's what's happening. So I'll be shoveling today, but it's so beautiful in the snow. I really do love it. I mean, it's possible that it could snow so much this year that I'll be tired of it. I mean, that's entirely possible, but this is our first snow. Christy and I saw a few flurries in State College when we were visiting my parents a couple weeks ago, but this is it. This is the first, so I'm really excited. Anyway, please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please stay safe and stay sane. I can't turn you off.